stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no. They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no.
Welcome back to We Are Mighty. How y'all doing this week? It's good to see y'all. You know, I recently had a birthday, and I'm feeling pretty good. It's weird, you know, I was celebrating and at a club, actually. They were having this big party for the Aries and the Taurus. Yes, I'm Team Aries. And we were having a great time, and they just played a song. And this happens to be the song that my son and I used to dance to, and that I have videos of us dancing to. And I'm literally at this club dancing, laughing, and crying. I just can't understand grief, and I don't know if I ever will. But still, I was able to enjoy my birthday. I was able to have people who love me surrounding me, and that's something I haven't done in a couple of years. So I was proud of myself for actually not feeling guilty about enjoying myself. Yes, I still missed my son. Yes, I still had my moments, but I still took a moment to celebrate myself. So I feel like that was a win for me. But you know, that made me think about some things. I actually had someone send a video to my husband on my birthday of my son, a video that I'd never seen before. And this video just so happened to be him, I believe he's in California, with some bottle, champagne or something that he was shaking up and then, you know, made it explode, pop the cork or whatever. And it was like spraying everywhere. He was smiling and playing with this bottle of champagne. And it was like literally somebody sent me a video of my son celebrating me on my birthday. I cried for about 10 minutes. It was sent to me while I was getting my nails done. I felt so bad. My tech had to get up from her seat, come around the table and hug me and calm me down because the timing was just crazy to receive that video that I had never seen from someone who didn't even know it was my birthday. So that was wild. And it just, you know, I think it was a good thing, you know. Timing is everything, of course. But it just made me think about the fact that, you know, I'm a year older and my son hasn't gotten to see me at this age and will not see me at this age. And next year will be a milestone birthday for me and plan to have a party and, you know, he won't be here for it. And those are the things that grief make you think about. It's that survivor's remorse that you're able to do these things and they aren't there to celebrate with you. And that's going to happen. It's hard and it's difficult to navigate sometimes, but it's going to happen. And I thought about how crazy it had to be for my husband because, yes, you know, he feels the loss, but it's not the same for him as it is for me. I personally feel like nobody is going through it the way I am over the loss of my son, even my other son who lost his brother. So I think about how it has to be for my husband to kind of feel helpless in that moment while I'm in tears or I'm dealing with the pain of a memory or the pain of just thinking about him not being there, my son not being there, of course, and just how painful that is for me. So it made me think about something for like our support system. You know, we deal with this grief journey, but it kind of catapults everyone around us into the journey along with us. And like I said, with the situation with my husband, he kind of felt hopeless in the moment of me just uncontrollably crying. Of course, he knew how. But a lot of times they're searching for the words to comfort us, and they're searching for what to do, not to just make us stop, but to help us to get out of that funk, to help us to get past that moment of grief. And that has to be difficult. My son and his girlfriend went on a trip recently to New Orleans. And they were there for a weekend. And apparently while they were there, they went on a couple of excursions. I know it was some alligator boat, and, went up and down, what do they call it? The French Quarters, Beale Street, all of that. And my son said after they had been there like a day and a half, his girlfriend asked him, "Are you okay?" And he said, why are you asking me that? And she said, "You haven't stopped talking about your brother the whole time we've been here." And he didn't even realize that he had talked about his brother so much. And I asked him, I said, "Well, why were you, thinking so much of your brother, or what made you speak on him so much?" And he told me how his brother used to send him videos of these Cajun cooks, and a lot of the people in New Orleans, of course, sounded like the people in those videos that his brother would send him. But all he kept thinking about was, Miles would have loved this. And Miles would have loved to be here. We went on this boat, we saw an alligator. Miles would have loved to see that. And he felt like it was survivor's remorse. And he said, "Mom, it's just weird. I'm experiencing all these things. My brother will never get to experience them. My brother will never get to experience the year 2025, 26, 27, any of those things. And I just sometimes feel bad. And I don't know that my girlfriend quite understands it, because a lot of times she compares his loss of his brother to the only loss that she knows, which is her grandfather. And that's not quite the same as your brother, who you've been almost attached to the hip with since the age of 2. And so I told him, I can understand where she's coming from, because, it's not the same for her. So to her, you mentioning your brother may be a little awkward, but you have to get her to understand what the loss is like for you. And we all have to do that. It may not be a loss of someone as close as, me losing my son, or my son losing his brother, but it may be someone who you were so close to that loss really affected you. So it may be hard for your support system, or your loved one, your spouse, your cousin, your friend, whomever is there trying to comfort you. They may not understand how deeply that loss is affecting you. And it doesn't mean that they don't care. It just means you have to be able to explain it to them. And one thing about me, I can't speak for anyone else, maybe my son, I can kind of tell with him, it's difficult to explain to someone when it's a painful situation, how painful it actually is, how deep that hurt actually is. Even when people ask me how I'm doing, with the loss of my son, it's difficult to explain how I'm really doing. So I'm sure trying to explain to a loved one who's still here how, even though we're having this amazing moment, I'm thinking about a loved one who's not here. That could be difficult. And I just wanted to speak to the support systems out there. If you have someone that you know is trying to be close to you, or is close to you and trying to be that support system for you, that comfort for you, and they don't seem to understand what you're going through, tell them to come and check out this episode, because this is for them. I really want to just take a moment to talk to those support system people, the ones who really have to go through it with you. And we may not think about that as we are grieving, that others who may experience the loss, but not as deeply as us, or it doesn't affect them as much as us, they have to go through it right with us. And if it's someone who was a loss for them as well, they're trying to deal with their grief as well as the depth of ours. So for the support people out there, please don't take it personally. Please understand that it's already difficult to try to navigate dealing with such a devastating loss. And I know that with the situation with my son, his girlfriend asked him, like, is that all you think about? You know, we're having a great time. We're enjoying ourselves. And all you're talking about is your brother. Like, do you not realize that your life is going on and that you're moving forward? When the fact of the matter is, we're absolutely thinking about that. And that's kind of the problem. Our life is continuing. Our life is moving forward, while someone who we cared so much for, theirs has ended. And it's not that we don't want to live in that moment. Just like me with my birthday, when we were at the party, I definitely wanted to live in the moment. I definitely wanted to enjoy myself. And I was afraid of what I looked like to people, because I'm literally trying to dance and my face is frowning because I'm starting to cry. And I'm fighting it. And it looks like a scene from a movie, like I'm being taken over by an alien or something, because it really is an internal struggle. It's difficult to try to enjoy life when you've lost someone so close. It's definitely, if I never knew what survivor's remorse meant before, I definitely know it now. Because each new day, each new event, each new milestone, and it's so funny even for me to say milestone because my son's name was Miles. Each milestone, I miss him more. And I miss the fact that he can't be there. I hate the fact that he can't enjoy it with us. And sometimes I may just say out loud, wish you were here. I wish you could see this. I wish you could have experienced this. So it's a constant tug of war. A constant tug of war. And for us, it's the tug of war between dealing with the loss, dealing with the survivor's remorse, and also realizing that we have a person who's trying to support us who may be just confused as to what to do. So now we're also dealing with that emotion, because that hurts us too. We don't want you to feel confused. We don't want you to feel like it's your fault or that you've done anything wrong, especially if it's a moment that we are sharing with you. It's all crazy. It's hard to understand. It's hard to explain. But it's just things that I'm seeing, especially because right now I've seen so much loss around me. Don't give up on us. I do believe it'll get easier. I can't say when. I definitely can't give you a time frame because I'm going on 2 years and it's still very difficult. Some moments are worse than others. Some things I am dreading and I have no clue how far down the line it's going to be. But I know when my oldest son gets married, it's going to hit me that my youngest son never got to do that. He never had a child. I'll never get to see, him getting dressed for his wedding. Even now, just saying it. It's that sneaky grief. So we need you as our support system to just be understanding. I think that's the most important thing, is to be understanding, because it's hard when you're trying to deal with that emotion of grief and you're trying to deal with the remorse of your loved one not being here, and then having someone who just doesn't get it. That just causes more strain in your relationship, because you feel it can be upsetting to have to, try to explain, yes, I know they're gone. Yes, I know. But it still doesn't affect me any less. I'm not saying you have to feel the same pain that we feel, because you won't. Your relationship was different if you had a relationship with that person. But just please understand that we have to deal with it however we deal with it. And it may be completely out of the blue, in the middle of the most amazing experience, the most amazing trip, the most amazing excursion, that out of nowhere there's tears. Or it may not be anything at all. I've been driving down the street with my husband and just see something that triggers a memory, and there's the tears. And of course, he's trying to figure out, okay, what just happened? We were just fine. We're just driving down the street. What's going on? And of course, in those situations, I have to explain, just had that moment and something triggered. And he's very good with trying to be understanding. And, most times he's just quiet and allows me to have my moment. But other times he will, say, he loves you. He wants you to be happy. And he tries to comfort me. So those things are important. Be there. That's one of the most important things. If you are the support system, if you're the person who's always there, it's important for you to be there even in those moments, even though they may be difficult. Hopefully it's not a moment where, someone's lashing out. But even if that's the case, hopefully you understand that it's nothing personal against you. It's against grief. It's against what we've gone through. It's against that pain that we don't want to feel on a regular basis, but we have no choice. So continue to support. Continue to be there. I have one friend who, she doesn't even say anything. When she knows I'm having one of those moments, she will literally just sit there. If I want to talk, then she's there. If I just want to cry, she'll let me cry. And it's good to have people like that. Now, will she let me cry for very long? No, probably not. And if I get too bad, she'll probably let me know how ugly I am, or, well, I need to clean my face or something, which of course then ends in laughter, because she's just real like that. But that's me. I need that sometimes. I need somebody to be like, all right, look, now you're getting out of hand. You're snotting everywhere. Come on now, reel it in. But that may not be what your person needs. So please be sure to understand it's not their love language. Maybe I'll make up something, a grief language. Is that a thing? I might need to patent that. Anyway, find out what it is that person needs. And that may be a conversation for a moment that they're not going through the pain or going through, dealing with a trigger. What is it that you want me to say when you have those moments? What is it that you want me to do? Do you want me to just be here? Do you want me to say comforting things? Do you want me to rub your back? I'm not going to say pat your back. Some people may want that. There's different gestures that may help to comfort. And it's whatever works in your situation. If you're a goofy person like me, you may need the jokes or, something to call you out, just to bring you back to the reality or back to the moment before the moment that took you over. So to the support system, first of all, thank you. Thank you for being there during some of the worst times of our lives. It's appreciated. It may not seem that way at the time, but it's appreciated. And it's needed. I know I say, don't ask me how I'm doing. I don't want to explain all of that. And most people who are my support system know, I'm not going to ask that. I can tell. But I would say, hey, I'm here. That's all I need to hear. Hey, I'm here if you need me. I got you. You want something to eat? And those words, although few, can speak volumes. You know your person. You know your relationship. You know the things that work for you. The point is, be there. Support them. Guide them through it. Allow them to guide you in being there for them. Because it's very, very much needed. It's very important. And it will help way more than you realize. We've all got to have somebody that we can lean on. Somebody that'll let us cry. Somebody that'll pick us up. And somebody that'll just let us be. Unfortunately, it's just knowing what of those options is needed. Could be all of them at once. Could be one now, one a few days from now. Or it could be that it's just something different altogether. Because we're on a journey, right? We're on this journey together. We're learning something new every single day. It's just being willing to go through it together. I'm sure you can do it. You've done it this long, right? I'm just trying to give you some pointers. I don't know how long your grief journey has been. If you've been following this podcast, it's been over a year. And I'm just here, as usual, to help. And I hope that's exactly what I did. Because this journey is so crazy, so unexpected. And I just want to make sure nobody's in the dark. I know this went a little bit of a different way, but there's a lot of aspects to grief. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of components. And I don't want to just sit and talk about sadness all the time. So hopefully this week it was helpful to your support system. We're here every other Friday, everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on Spotify and YouTube. Feel free to email me at wearemighty24@gmail.com. And remember, in everything you do, be true to yourself, be strong, and be mighty. We'll see you next time.
They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no. They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no.